is like, it's finally to a place where I'm like, I actually like the clothes I have. It's like the first time in my life that's it. It's been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are the Joy of Making Less podcast. I'm Megan.
I'm April. Nice to see you all again, or see you for the first time, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
what are we about?
Well, we're embracing a culture of slow making and just trying to keep our personal consumption at a level that feels sustainable for the long haul. I mean, the planet's not getting any better, is it?
Nope.
And, I feel like fibers and supplies are precious commodities, right?
Yes.
So I want to take my time, enjoy the feel of them in my hands, and then really make pieces that I've thought about and that I know are going to be in my wardrobe or my collection for the long haul.
For sure.
So I think that's what'd you say we're about?
No, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with that, let's talk a little bit about like what we're wearing. It's still May, so it's Me Made May. I am wearing the Scout tee, but yesterday I pulled it out of my closet for the first time for the summer, and the sleeves no longer fit me, so I ripped them off and I finished.
You're getting buff from
I'm getting
Pilates.
so buff. I ripped them off and I finished off the edges and made it a cute little tank. So.
I like it.
Thank you.
Cute. What about the pants?
Pants are Old Navy,
Nice.
but I
They're cute.
hemmed them, so. And I did something to them, but I'm under 5 foot, so I got to do that
Here
to a lot
for
of my
mending,
clothes. So.
right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't have the time or really the desire to make every single garment
For
that
sure.
I wear. So,
but you did make the garment you're wearing today.
I did. Yes, this is the schoolhouse tunic, an oldie but a goodie from So Liberated, and this is actually the first wearable garment that I ever made.
Nice.
And I still love it. It's still perfect in my wardrobe.
The fabric is so pretty.
Yeah, don't ask me what it is.
Okay.
Because I don't remember. And I have this little notebook where I write down but I started that practice long after I had made this. I did get it at Fancy Tiger Crafts. It's one of their cotton lawns.
Okay.
I want to say it's a Robert Kaufman, but that might not be true.
Okay.
So anyway, and I'm sure it's not in print anymore anyway, so it's not like you can go and find it. But because seriously, I made this like 9 years ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very sustainable.
Yes, and it looks great in the wintertime and fall. I paired with skinny jeans.
Yeah. Some tights.
Some tights, some leggings. I think you could wear. I think I could wear it even with like a wide leg pant for a completely
like kind of
hippie mama flowy look. Which I like that.
Some clogs.
Yeah. I don't have clogs anymore.
I'm just thinking.
I know. Like normal people with normal feet could wear clogs, but I have, I have lymphedema, so that creates a problem with the types of footwear I can wear. And I love clogs. And at one point, I was like, I'm gonna make these work, and I had like 4 pairs of them, and they just don't work. No.
Okay.
So they got gifted, rehomed, if you will.
Yeah, because those aren't cheap.
No, they were all the
like handmade.
The Lotto ones from Stockholm. Yeah. Not handmade, but I do have one pair of clogs upstairs that are handmade, but they're wider across the top of the foot, so I can't wear those.
Very cool.
And those were not cheap. Those were an investment. I should show them sometime because they're really fun. But anyway, so yeah, schoolhouse tunic.
Very
So
cool.
Liberated. The Andrea Mowry of sewing for April.
Yes.
I really like that you didn't just give up on that top.
Yeah.
And that you modified it.
And I don't think that it was the
for where you
pattern.
are now.
I think it was me. I think I started off with a size too big for the actual top.
Yeah.
Because I probably should research how to do a full bust adjustment. I just haven't gotten around to like sitting down and learning that.
I will also tell you that you probably need to adjust the pattern because I don't know if you guys can see this, but her shoulder seam is here and her shoulder point is back here.
Yeah.
But
no, but the other thing was
if you do the Hinterland bodice class,
I'll learn about that.
They show it's brilliant.
But the other thing that I did, this was just a series of many like mess ups, and then I like tried to get it to work so I had something wearable. Yeah. So I cut the size too big, realized that, ripped it out before I did the finishing on the seams, and took it in a bit. Also, I don't think I really had enough material for the top, and I didn't cut either like one half or the other on the right grain line.
Yeah.
So it was just
work.
it was a series of things, and I've learned many things from it.
I
and
mean,
that's the big thing about sewing and making and everything. It's all
life.
Yes.
We learn from our mistakes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I say embrace the mistakes. And
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly I have never made a garment where I've adjusted the pattern. So
yeah.
I've just started the interlink. Well, I mean, I started it a little while ago, but I haven't gone back to it. And we did start adjusting the pattern, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's how you do that. Oh, so it's been really cool to.
Well, I've never made a muslin before. I just kind of jump into it kind of thing. So.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, learning new things.
Yep. That's the beauty of it, right?
And the reasons for it too.
What amazes me is learning to sew, and knitting's a little different because the knit tops you see in the store are not hand knit.
Correct.
They're machine knit, often with lots and lots of like more threads, length fibers together.
Yeah.
So I think that's a different animal, but it still gives me appreciation for how much time actually someone is sewing all this ready to wear stuff.
Yeah.
So, I really was moved by realizing, like, if you're paying $10 for a top, somebody made that, and they if they're retailing for $10, that means they got 25 cents probably to make that. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's totally transformed how I shop.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I do still buy a few things here and there at Target and places like that. I'm not saying, I mean, we have to live in the modern world, and
right.
And I can get totally carried away with trying to be the white woman savior of the world and planet, and I realize, like, okay, that's not really serving anybody, and it's making me crazy.
It's stressing you out.
It's stressing me, yeah. So I've kind of, like, I do what you can, where you can, without making yourself nuts.
Correct.
And that was the other thing I really got out of the Mindful Wardrobe Project, which is So Liberated's course for those of you who were watching last week.
I think that's
that was like their first signature course that they designed and launched, and it is fabulous. I actually am planning on doing it again. Yeah, I feel like something like that, every few years.
Yeah.
Revisit it, because we change. Our desires change, our styles change, et cetera, so forth. So our skill levels with sewing and making change, and so a little re-eval. But also, I think she really teaches you how to shop your closet and play with styling pieces in ways you maybe feel outside of your comfort zone or whatever.
Right.
And I really like that aspect of it, because it causes me to take a fresh look at what I already have, and then really assess, well, what do I really need?
Right.
And I'm like,
or what do you really like, and you kind of want a second of.
I realized, like, I could probably go 10 years without buying any clothing or shoes, and I'd probably be just fine. I'm not going to do that, but I mean, in reality, my closet is like, it's finally to a place where I'm like, I actually like the clothes I have. It's like the first time in my life that's it. It's been the last couple of years.
Yeah.
What are you working on?
Well, can I show what I finished first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is freeform. We're just chatting.
We're just chatting.
We can do what we want.
So I finished my Cozy Classic Raglan by Jessie Made Designs. I remember I ripped it back.
I think it looks so good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the color.
I ripped it back, and it ended up being exactly the same length. When I knit it again, I was like, it's a sign. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it.
Well, I think it's a cute length. I mean, you can wear it with those pants.
Yes.
It's versatile.
I did wear it to work, I think, on Wednesday, because it was a little bit chilly.
Yeah.
And it was perfect. It's like, it's an Aran weight, or a worsted weight at least.
What'd you pair it with?
Just some wide leg jeans, I think.
Cute. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So, wide leg blue jeans, and then, I was like probably 60s. So it was a little chilly when I was outside, and I wore an undershirt underneath, and it was perfectly fine. So, I ended up doing, I thought I had only done 6.5 inches before doing the ribbing, but I must have done 7 the first time, because I did the same thing. And then when I blocked it, I was able to get an extra inch out, so I got it down to like the whole body was like 11. So
blocking.
Yes, blocking does help. The sleeves are very loose, which I liked for this one, but yeah, I thought it was good. You guys will probably see it again when it gets cold again, but I'm like, nowhere. I'm not putting that on my body right now.
It's starting to heat up.
Yeah, I packed away all of my
I think we're done with
heavy
snow for a
hand
year.
knits too. I hope so.
Yeah, knock on wood.
I'm not
Yeah.
superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
You're lightly stitious.
Lightly stitious. All right, show me your blankie.
Okay,
please.
so I have not finished the blanket. I showed this last week, but I have made a little progress on it. I've got lots of other stuff going on.
Remind me, you're on like the last color of the border, correct?
I am on the last color of the border. Last
So
time
cute.
I hadn't even started the border, but it's such a great, it's a color wash.
Well, you had a couple other colors to do too, right?
I was finishing the last color repeat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so I was up here, I was finishing this last blue layer, and then it has 6 border colors.
Oh, okay.
And I'm on the 6th one, which is this cute little like picot edge. This is crocheted. Yeah, I love a crochet moment, along with a knit moment, along with an embroidery moment,
and we've got a new
sewing moment. We got a new toy.
We have. Oh, you did.
No.
You did get a new toy.
Yes,
but I have
a new.
I have a new craft to enter the chat.
Oh yeah, let's hear it. Let's see it.
So I dusted off my cross stitch.
Oh yeah.
And I actually finished a like the very first ever cross stitch project that I took on during the panini. And
is that also known as the pandemic?
Yes, the panini. And I realized why I didn't finish it because I messed it up so horribly.
Oh, did you
and
really?
I was telling Justin about it, and he goes, "Oh,
Justin's her husband."
Yes, Justin's my husband.
Just not some random.
He goes, "Oh, were you off by like 1 or 2?" I'm like, "I was off by like 5 stitches."
Oh, really?
In some places.
Oh, no.
I don't know what I was doing. I'll pop a picture of it here because I didn't bring it with me. But it's a cute little Baby Yoda, and it
is really
Yoda
cute.
one.
So did you pull out the mistakes and or did you just
I started with that.
Or did you just kind of fix it?
I started with that, but then I said, "Oh, you know what? Whatever," and I just went over it because a lot of the times it was with a darker thread. So I like double thread. And sorry for all the cross stitchies out there, like. I know that's probably not correct, but that's how I do it. And I just wanted it to be done. So that sits at my desk.
I think a general statement for this podcast is you may not want to do what we say.
No.
We're just sharing what we do.
Yes, what I'm doing. I'm not.
And sometimes it's a total winger.
Yes, and sometimes I'm not looking for advice on how to do it correctly either. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Right, yeah.
So I impulse bought a $3 cross stitch pattern for a Boston Terrier, and I am currently done with the black and white of one for
it's gonna be so cute.
my dog Gromit, and I'm hoping to bring it into work. And then, but I had to wait for the threads to come in from DMC. Yeah, I can't remember.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, I think of it.
Everybody
knows.
that
big company. That, yeah. So when I was on their website getting the colors, because I didn't want to go into Michael's and then have to like try to find the colors, and then they don't have the right colors and all that stuff. So I went directly to their website, and I impulse bought a $40, $50 kit for the Kiss.
But that fits your kit moment.
Yes, it does. So it was,
I know that was a knitting bowl, but
yes,
we'll
just any
we'll just
bowl.
apply that across the board.
Yes, so it was labeled advanced cross stitch, so I know it'll take me over a year, but I am very excited about that.
Making, baby.
Yes. And I want to finish it and mat it and frame it and have it in my sewing room kind of thing.
Nice.
Because it's very colorful and pretty and all
You're
that
kind
stuff.
of inspiring me. I don't do cross stitch, but I have dabbled around with embroidery.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's really good at embroidery.
Embroidery's too freeform
She
for
is
me,
so good at it. I might try cross stitch because I do like structure. So what else?
What else did I bring?
Yeah, what else did you bring?
So
I love the show and tell. I don't have much. I do have a new painting I bought. Well, it's a print, but I'll show that in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going to show my emotional support chicken. I haven't made a lot of progress. Thank you. Progress on that one recently. But I do have a class coming up on that at Tangled Ball.
Oh, you're going to teach a class on the emotional support chicken?
Lead a class on the emotional support chicken.
Nice.
And Marsha's having a ton of fun with the
I know
chicken
she
that I
is,
dropped off. So
Hi, Marsha.
if you want to check out the Tangled Balls Instagram, my chicken has made it everywhere around Edgewater Public Market, pretty much.
Oh, that's your chicken.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
I totally missed that.
That was my
It
finished
is super
chicken.
cute. Yeah, I like the finished
Yes.
chicken.
And somebody thought it was real when we brought it into the Tangled Ball.
But they were coming out of the pub, right?
They were coming out of the bar. Justin was holding it like a real chicken, and they were like, "Whoa, I thought that was real for a second." And I was like, "Well, thank you." I guess that's a compliment.
Like it comes to life at night.
I haven't made too much progress on my Dune socks either. The socks that I started when we were watching Dune, but I have been working on.
Oh, that's why you're calling them the Dune socks?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I
started them when we were watching.
And
Dune.
those are for Justin's grandfather.
These are.
Right.
Yes.
And he doesn't watch this, so we don't have to worry about a spoiler.
No spoilers.
Okay.
So he.
You could edit that out if I let the cat out.
Yeah, no. These are for Justin's grandpa.
Sorry, Grandpa.
We're going down to visit, not next weekend, but the weekend after, for his 90th birthday celebration. So I thought, why not crank out another pair of socks for him?
Yeah.
This is a Knit Picks Felici colorway from a few years
It's
ago.
super cute.
And then I also bought this, it's called ABS Sock Stop, which is puffy paint that you can put on the bottom for grippies. You dot it on.
Yeah.
But I think it's hilarious that it's called ABS, like automatic braking system.
That's true. Do you have a swatch that you're gonna practice on, or are you just gonna?
I was just gonna go willy nilly. I might put it on a pair of like socks that I don't really care about for myself, because sometimes like I need the anti-slip stuff in my house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured he's 90. He probably would need a little bit of extra grip on the bottom because wool socks get.
Pilates requires sticky socks,
That's
right?
the other thing too, yeah.
You could have a whole custom
Justin,
line.
Justin said that too. So anyway, that's the goal. I'm almost done with the leg, and I'm doing them 2 at a time so that I can crank them out.
That's pretty great. Yeah, I am still slow. I'm almost done with the first sock of the current socks that I'm making. I didn't feel like it was exciting enough. I just kind of pick it up here and there, you know. And I've been working on the blanket.
You're so close on the blanket.
Right, and you know, I've mentioned before, I am studying to become a certified aromatherapist and then a clinical aromatherapist. And I've really been like buckling down on that, and I just passed 2 of the exams. I have one, the anatomy course that I'm finishing up, then an exam to go for that.
Nice.
And then a research paper. So I kid you not, it's over 300 hours of coursework for, there's 3 levels of aromatherapy certification. This is level 2.
Okay.
And it's over 300 hours of coursework plus a research paper plus case studies, which I already did. I got those done. There was 20 case studies. So, you know, there's more to aromatherapy than just diffusing oils that you buy, right? So it's very fascinating. I totally love it. And to me, it goes so, it's just another thing, it's just another creative outlet.
Absolutely.
There's science to it for sure. Anybody who says that there's not doesn't really know what they're talking about. A lot of these oils and components have been well researched. A lot of pharmaceuticals come off of that research. But there's an art to it. You know, to the aroma profiles and how you combine them, and
I think it's very similar to your past life as a baker too. Like baking is mostly a science. I'd say more than cooking,
definitely.
But there is an art element to it if you want to be able to push the bounds and get new flavors and things like that.
Totally. So. Yeah. So there is something. I mean, obviously, I don't bake anymore. I mean, I think everybody I know is probably a better baker than me at this point in time. But and that was so funny because I that was back in like the early 2000s, and one day I just got this idea, and I'm like, I want to open a bakery and call it the Powdered Wig, and every dessert is going to be named after famous people in history who wore wigs. So you know. there'd be the Thomas Jefferson, the Elton John, the Cher, you know, and they would all
Yes.
like kind of, you know.
Yes.
And so I literally like went over to the Art Institute of Seattle, applied or got in, enrolled. It was so expensive.
But you're like, it's fine. I've got a great idea.
Yeah. my friends that I lived with at the time, I lived in their basement apartment, and they're an older couple. They were like, okay, all right, what are you going to do now? But for like a year and a half, we had lots of really amazing pastries
and
other things.
Yeah. What did you?
Oh, so this is one of the things I'm excited about this week. Okay,
nice.
So you can't see it because it's behind you, but there's a local artist in Denver. Her name is Maywin Shantz, fine artist, and she paints on stainless steel.
Amazing.
And it's a painstaking process.
Mm-hmm.
She has to mask off where she's not. So she draws on the stainless steel,
Mm-hmm.
she masks off, and then she uses automotive acid to etch the steel where the oil paint's going to go so that the paint will actually adhere. Because it won't adhere to the finished stainless steel.
Right.
So, you know, as you can imagine after that description, it's an investment to buy one of her pieces.
Yes.
They're appropriately priced, but they're not cheap. And I was on her website poking around because I'm like, I kind of keep tabs on what she's up to and things. She's a wonderful person. I just totally adore her. But she had some prints for sale.
Ooh.
Based off of some of her latest pieces. So I picked up this print. It's called Night Moves.
Nice.
And I just picked it up on Friday from her at her little home studio. And yeah, I just love it. I'm so excited about it. And I told my husband we're buying another one of her. I want a big one. She does these animals like bears, elk, moose, and they are
elephants?
Like no elephants.
Okay.
It's all Colorado wildlife, but they are precise. Like if a certain deer or whatever, I don't know anything about deer and elk, so has like a number of points on their horn, she like gets it precise. And they're just stunning. And she does we have an aspen piece, and she does aspens, and there was one she did that was like the profile of a bear walking through aspens, and I'm like, oh nice. I was like, all right, if she that so, but it just depends on what she has available at the time, so we got to save up our thousands and art budget. Our art budget. But I've bought a lot of original art over the years, and I love supporting artists in that way.
One of the things I've been enjoying recently is I've been picking some of the spring flowers around the neighborhood and pressing them.
Did you get a flower press?
I did not, but I've been putting them in between books, and then I have grand plans to put together like a collage in a matted framed.
Yeah, you might for inspo. I don't know if you know Elise Blaha Kripe. She was on social media like really popular for almost 20 years, and last year she like said, peace out everybody,
Heck yeah.
I'm not gonna live my life online, for now, see what happens. But she's wildly creative, and her blog is still up, but she actually at one point invested in a little flower press. It's not very expensive, but she did that, and then she took the design and printed spoonflower fabric with her flower press design, and made a few, like a dress, and I think she did a swimsuit with it. So cute. So have a moment.
Well, it reminds me of that one. So when we were at Woolen Folk last year, I talked with one of the creators there who flower dyes, flower prints socks. And she's doing a workshop at Flock this year.
Oh, are you going to do it?
I might. I need to look into the investment. I feel like that would actually work in a big conference setting, whereas like some of the other techniques and stuff they're teaching, I'm a little questioning like how that would work.
Right.
With
and if it would be the right learning environment for you.
Yes, exactly. So, I've always thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, we've got some neighbors that have little, I don't know what flowers they are, but they must sprinkle seeds in between the cracks in their driveway.
Oh, cute.
And they come up with like little flowers, and we'll like pick a few each time we go walk by there. So,
I don't think my HOA would like that. Our yard is huge. I keep looking at him every day now, and I'm like, smaller yard would be nice. And he goes, I'm coming around.
Yep.
So, but I think we committed to stay in our current house, which is, I don't know I don't know what people feel like in terms of house sizes, but for me personally, this is the biggest house I've ever lived in, and it's a lot. It's a lot to take care of. I love it. I love everything about it, but I can see when the kids are off, downsizing. So then I would have more time for crafting.
For sure.
But that's also, I want to downsize and retire.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe do my aromatherapy stuff as a part-time, because I don't want to make products like batch products, mass products to like peddle at markets. I want to work one-on-one with people to address specific concerns. Like how's your thumb, by the way?
My thumb's doing really well. I've been using the
I made her a potion.
The potion.
It's not a tincture, but it is a potion. Yeah.
And it was double strength.
It was,
right? but it was good.
It ended up being 10% dilution,
yes,
which is appropriate for acute pain. But you wouldn't want to use that more than a few weeks,
right?
And then I should make you another one at a lower strength for like daily, and then when you have a flare up, pull out the big guns.
Yeah,
yeah.
So that one was more for my joint, but I had started using it up in my tendon area because that's what's getting tight. Yep. I found out. So if I stretch it,
are you doing
before
any self-massaging?
Self-massaging stuff, Tiger Balm.
Our massage therapist, Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Wendy.
So I guess let's wrap up with what are you excited about?
I feel like we covered that.
I have one more thing I'm excited about, though.
Go for it.
I didn't want to just, take the show. So, I love my Cricut.
Yeah.
It's 7 years ago. I have a Cricut Explore Air 2, which is becoming obsolete, but it still works great.
Okay.
And, with the aromatherapy stuff, I think one way I could have gone was ordering labels, right? Because you have to label products. There's laws and rules around that. But since I want to do custom products for each person, I can't just order batch labels. Right, because it's going to be different. And so I want to be able to make my own little labels at home, like have a template set up and then bang it out. And my Explorer Air 2 won't handle their new waterproof sticker paper. Okay. And that's what I'm thinking I'm going to use, is a waterproof sticker paper. And but the Cricut Joy Extra, which is so cute, it's like this big. It's really so little, yeah. I don't know how you can think a little machine is cute, but I'm like, oh, it's so cute. So yeah, I accidentally bought one at Michael's yesterday.
It fell into your cart.
It did. Right? It fell in, and it was $50 off retail. It was on sale. Nice. So I felt like, and they had it in stock, which I felt like, okay, double.
All of the signs.
Because I was going to hold off on it. But yeah, I fired it up yesterday. I made a little sticker gift tag for my sister's birthdays on Tuesday. Cute. Yeah. And I haven't mailed her stuff, but then I found out she's going to be in Chicago all week, so I get a week reprieve. Nice. Yeah, so that's my new toy, and I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to start cranking out some stickers. We're working on a logo design.
We are, yeah.
And yeah, I plan to make us some custom mugs, so stay tuned. You might get to see those coming up. And I don't know, maybe we need a little merch shop at some point. But we have to make all the merch.
Yes. We got to figure out the prototypes first.
We got to be realistic about what we're wanting to take on. But but it's not hard. I mean, and I just love Cricut. And it is interesting because with the Cricut, at one point in time, I got really obsessed with like zero waste, environmental friendly, and I'm like, vinyl's not friendly, and and then I was like, all right, take a chill pill. Okay, you really enjoy making stuff with your Cricut, and not every single thing has to, be. Yeah, I mean, you have to, like, pros and cons, weigh it off, but the amount of joy I get out of making it. I make custom mugs for Thomas's stuff and T-shirts and all kinds of things that we get a lot of use and enjoyment out of. So it won me over, and the Cricut got to stay, and now I have a mug press and a mini heat press and an Easy Press 2 and an Easy Press 1, and now I got my Cricut Joy. I mean, it's like a whole Cricut thing. And then I saw they have a Cricut Venture. It's a huge one. Oh, a huge Cricut.
Because you're going to venture into your own business making stuff on it?
I don't think... So I have kind of thought of that at times, like doing the whole Etsy thing. But when you look
It's so saturated.
It's so saturated because this stuff is easy to make.
Yeah.
And I don't really have any like product ideas for something that no one else is making.
Right, like super unique or
So I keep to gifts and stuff, and I've made like little zipper pouches for, like, I have one that says Notions on it, and I have one for my neck light, my boob light, for the light.
I should have had you make the one for my dad's birthday. I bought him the license plate covers that say Toy Yoda on them.
Oh yeah,
with a little Yoda icon. I should have had you do that on.
So we can make stuff.
Yeah.
Because I love doing it, and I often will like collaborate with friends. I helped Elsa. We did a whole bunch of wedding swag. She was. Elsa's a graphic artist and super, super talented, and she sent me some cut files, and then we collaborated on it, and I love doing that kind of stuff. It's so fun. My sister and I have collaborated on some things. Thomas and I have collaborated on a bunch of stuff, and it is great to, like, bounce ideas off, and, you don't always agree on the approach, but in the end, who cares? It's fun. I like the process, and I feel like whoever I'm making it for, whatever they want is the final thing, and as long as they're happy with it, then that makes me happy.
That's the fun in it, right?
Yeah. So Cricut Joy Extra. Yay! It's tiny, and it has its own. Of course, a whole different set of tools, a whole different set of materials, a whole different set of
Does it have
pins.
a different software, or is it the same software?
No, same software.
Okay,
it all runs off the Cricut Design Space. App, or there's apps, and I do it on my laptop. I just like to have the big screen when I'm doing it. But yeah, it's super fun, and I think at some point I probably will have to upgrade my Explorer Air 2, but I got the Cricut Joy Extra for $150.
Yep.
And it does a lot of things that my current machine won't handle, because they're constantly innovating and coming up with new products and new capabilities. So I feel like this will help
bridge the gap.
Actually get me more life out of my Explorer Air 2. For
sure, yeah.
Right? And before I need to kind of invest in a,
full screen printing press.
Yeah, and I know they have the new heat press, and I'm just like, I want one of those. I'm
Start doing the
Yeah, so make something, even if it's memories, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy your time.
Like and subscribe. Leave us a comment below.
We'll see you in about 2 weekish or 2-ish weeks.
Yes, 2 weekishes.
2 weekishes. Megan really wanted to hit every 2 weeks, but editing, post,
Memorial Day, 90th birthday, things like that. Get in the way.
Yeah.
No, you're not yet.
So a few years ago, I was teaching kids Taekwondo. And one of the little girls, she was 8, she looked at me and she goes, "How old are you?" And I said, "How old do you think I am?" She goes, 90. And I said,
really
"Oh
thought about
my
that.
God, you are so right. Yes, you nailed it. I'm 90.
I hope that she remembers that.
I'm like a 90-year-old who could do a one-handed cartwheel.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I think you're at least like 10.
She really did. She looked at me. She was so cute. This little girl. Oh, I just adored her.
Yeah.
She was like, only in the way, the earnest
child, like honest,
sweet,
child. Yes.
Yeah, just painfully honest.
No
way
malice
of
there,
a kid.
though.
But no malice. Just
No.
like, I'm looking at you, and you look about 90. So anyway, enjoy.
Bye.